What's up, guys? Richard here, back with another episode of the appendix of the I Ching Oracle of the Cosmic Way. And today we're on God. Heavy, big topic to start the episode off with. God. When the word God is used to describe the cosmic consciousness as only a loving energy, then the word is in harmony with the cosmos. It is problematic, however, when it is connected with images that present the all as an image in human form, as the supreme mental authority, as the authorizer and protector of the collective ego, as a monarch or judge, a wielder of power, or as possessing characteristics and emotions common to the ego in humans. Also discordant is the image of God as having given man the job of being the overseer of God's property, the earth. These ideas of God are essentially Western in origin. While there was no specific concept of God in the Chinese tradition, the role that heaven played in authorizing the emperor resembled these mistaken Western ideas of God. A major problem with these latter ideas of God and heaven is that they show the cosmic consciousness ordered like a feudal society. That's very important. It is an image of the invisible world created to support humans' arrogant view of themselves. Amazing wisdom we're getting here. Good and evil. Okay, we've got God and good and evil. What's next? The I Ching makes it clear that the cosmic definition of good and evil is fundamentally different from the definition given by the collective ego. And we find that with almost all the hexagrams, how the definitions are fundamentally different. Good in the cosmic sense is what is in harmony with the cosmos. Everything is good by nature. Human original nature too is whole, complete, and good, including our animal nature. Evil comes into the world with the false use of words, because such words create a field of false consciousness, which we have called the demonic sphere of consciousness. This happens, for example, when we classify a person as being wrong or evil, or when we accept the idea that a person's animal nature is the source of evil. Then we make a judgment about his nature or essence. Calling a person evil puts a spell on him that creates an inextinguishable stain. This stain can, however, be removed by the helpers in the invisible world. In a broader sense, when we say that nature is wild, implying that it is unpredictable and threatening, the word is fixes nature in a spell. We need to realize that nature is more than meets the eye. It is a feeling consciousness that reacts sensitively to any slander that is put on it through the false use of words. The use of false words. Calling nature wild demonizes its harmonious consciousness and makes it act wild. The evil never lies in the nature of anything that is part of the cosmic whole. False words that describe the mere appearance of something are the seeds of evil. Such words are created when we separate thinking from our feelings of inner truth. This happens when thinking is elevated as superior over feeling. The I Ching shows that the cosmic consciousness is primarily a feeling consciousness, and that every person is connected directly with it through his feelings. When he connects with his feelings, they tell him the inner truth of what he is experiencing. Doing this allows him to call things by their true names. Evil, thus, is neither part of the cosmic consciousness nor of nature. The cosmic consciousness and nature as its visible expression operate on the principle of harmony. Harmony is possible only when all parts of the cosmos recognize their feelings as the stream that holds them together, and when they give expression to their feelings. The true function of words is to give expression to feelings that are in harmony with the cosmos. Words that do not fulfill this function create the demonic sphere of consciousness, which actually fights against the cosmos and against nature. Evil arises with the development of the ego and the repression of the true self. It thus separates a person from the cosmic whole. Evil is contained in every ego-based intention and comes from all thoughts and actions that are based on a human-centered view of the cosmos. Evil manifests in every assertion of rights and privileges, every aspect of arrogance and temper, Every encroachment into the private inner spaces of other beings, including the consciousness of the helpers, the invisible aspects of the cosmos, or the consciousness of animals, plants, and even of stones, or the various elements such as fire, water, wind, and earth. Such encroachments have to do with the peering of the ego into the nature of things with idle curiosity in order to be in the know and thus attain power and control. Good can be defined as all that belongs to one's true nature and its perfect program that needs no intention. This nature relates intrinsically with the consciousness of all things. When a person goes against his true nature, he creates blame in the cosmic sense of that word. If he continues, he also creates a fate. Both blame and fate can be extinguished at any time by freeing oneself of their cause. This happens when the person recognizes his error and rids himself of the mistaken idea or belief in question. Doing so requires saying the inner no to the false idea and asking the helpers in the invisible world to free him from his fate. As can be seen from the above, everything in the cosmos is directed toward maintaining and restoring the harmony of the whole. The cosmos offers humans every possible source of help to see our errors in the light of our inner truth and to show us how these errors and their evil consequences can be corrected. So, wow, this is saying that evil comes from the false use of words. Nowhere else does evil exist other than when it has been created by humans through words that, are based on a separation of thinking from feeling, words that don't express harmony, words that aren't, in touch with our inner truth, that don't resonate our inner truth. And it creates a false consciousness, the demonic sphere of consciousness, which has afflicted us and is still afflicting us now. Good fortune, a standard term in I Ching that points to cosmic blessings and gifts that are given to a person because he has a correct view toward possessions. These possessions can be insights, help to achieve his tasks, or possessions in the most literal sense. Good fortune as an augury in the line means that harmony will be achieved through following the counsel given. Group we, another term for group ego, identifying with a group, a family, creed, culture, nation, etc., causes a person to lose his uniqueness. Also, by taking on the values of the group, he puts loyalty to the group above being true to himself. Doing so binds him to the fate of that group. See hexagram 59, dissolving line 4. He dissolves his bond with his group. Guilt. The sage has made it clear that the word guilt and all ideas related to it do not have a cosmic basis. This includes the idea of original guilt or sin, as well as the idea that we become guilty for whatever we do or fail to do. The idea of guilt, associated with an image of an inextinguishable stain, is an invention of the collective ego to keep the individual under its control. Throughout its text, the I Ching gives evidence that the cosmos does not hold anything against us forever. Moreover, making mistakes is considered to be an essential part of our learning process. Going against our true natures creates cosmic blame, which can be corrected by regretting our mistake and extinguishing the mistaken idea that caused us to make the mistake. If we continue making the same mistake, we create a fate. But even if fate only runs for a limited period of time, the end of the fate extinguishes the cosmic blame. Like blame, a fate can be ended at any time, at any given moment, by correcting what has caused it. Half-truths. A half-truth is comprised of a phrase which presupposes something without stating what that something is. Half-truths find their appeal in that they appear to answer the broad riddles of life. All belief systems are based on half-truths. Example, in the beginning was the Word. The phrase leaves all its particulars to the imagination. In the beginning of what, one needs to ask, and what was the Word referred to that caused the beginning? The phrase gives the false impressions. 1, that there is such a thing as an absolute beginning, and 2, that it began with the word, and 3, that a quote creator spoke that word, making everything happen. Because humans are the only species that speaks in representative language, the phrase further implies that humans must have some special connection with the creator, thus a special place in the order of things. All this from one phrase. Wow. Wow. In that one phrase is contained the basis to justify the human-centered view of the universe. Such half-truths are generally surrounded by taboos that say they are not to be questioned. The taboos ensure that people who question these half-truths become guilty for doing so. But of course, there's no such thing as guilt, right? Wow, in the beginning was the word. It implies, do you understand? Do you see that? How all those things are implied just by the phrase, by the word, by the understanding of the language. Um, wow, incredible. I like the further implication that humans must have a special connection with the creator because we're the only species that speaks in representative language. Wow. You know, you really, the thing is, these things slip into our unconscious. You don't really realize all these things when you hear that phrase. Nobody does, but they're there. And you know, this is something we have to correct. We have to correct our false use of language and start questioning a lot of these, you know, phrases, these seeds of evil. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and very fun for me to finish up the I Ching and get this appendix to you guys. Anyways, I'll see you again in the next one. Yeah.